Good afternoon and welcome back to the One Celtic Fans View. It's getting even more difficult for Celtic supporters clubs to get tickets for away games, putting some buses in a perilous position whether to even sell the buses that they own that takes their supporters to away games. Before we talk about that, we talk about the manager update. There has been lots of speculation about the new man coming in, but we should take a minute before we talk about Wilfred Nancy to talk about Martin O'Neill and what he's done in the 5 games since his return to Celtic. When you think of the way that Celtic were playing before Martin O'Neill's return, in the last 5 games he's had 4 wins, he's had 0 draws, and he's had 1 loss in the Europa. In that time, his team has scored 13 goals, even though it was only a 1-0 narrow win at the weekend on Saturday. They've conceded 4 goals at the time that Martin O'Neill has been here. It's quite a turnaround when you think about it to what had went on before Martin O'Neill returned to Celtic for his short stint as manager. The 1-0 win at the weekend was a fantastic goal scored by Callum McGregor. It was a tough game, said Callum McGregor after the game. So it always is. St Mirren are a good side. They reached the cup final because they're a good team. You come here and you've got to expect a fight in small margins and win the small margins of the game. It's similar to Celtic Park at the start of the season, so they knew what they were doing and they were a well-organised side. As soon as I hit the ball, I had a pretty good idea. I had a good chance of going in. I'm delighted with it. It was a big moment for us. Obviously, it can be a big moment that can galvanise the group and the supporters. Everyone moving forward after what had been a tough week at Celtic. We want to come out with the maximum points, and that's what we did do. If you keep winning games, that breeds confidence. It's small steps and smalls in terms of where the team has been lately. The fact that the previous manager did manage to kill the togetherness of the team. A lot of players just have lost confidence this season, which is unbelievable when you think about it. The league is a long season, so these games are really important, says Callum McGregor. If you can win them, it gives you a real springboard, so the players are working hard. It's just step by step at the moment. We've just got to stay focused until the new manager comes in. The new manager that is going to be bringing in his own backroom staff. It's only a matter of time before the Columbus Crew manager, Wilfred Nancy, takes over the reins from Brendan Rodgers since he resigned. Martin O'Neill has come in to steady the ship, but Wilfred Nancy will become the full-time manager after Brendan Rodgers left. It's far from firmed up. It's got to be... I'm sure there's still things that will need to be ironed out this week, but by all accounts, this morning, late last night, it will be the 1st of December. Now, away tickets at Celtic. Celtic going to away games it's always been a big thing for a number of years. Celtic fans and fans of another club have helped clubs stay financially viable over the years. But it's changed times. One bus convener that I was speaking to today, and obviously there's been a cut of from 3,500 for Hibs away down to 1,383. Just depressing now going to away games. The enjoyment's been took away from it. There's one bus convener that I spoke to today. They have a 17-seater that they only use for away games. They obviously get in a 52-seater. They hire a 52-seater for that, but they have owned a 17-seater for many years, and they are now considering that they may have to sell the bus as it is not financially viable to keep the bus over a season. People that go to away games are the heart and soul of the fan base, if you ask me. They spend a lot of money, and having that reduced. Now, is there an issue in Scottish football? If clubs were to go down the 5% route, it would mean that Celtic Park would have to give up 3,020 tickets to every single club in Scotland. We've been down the road over the last couple of years where there were no away fans at Glasgow derbies. Even when it comes to Ibrox Stadium, Celtic would only get 2,585 tickets. Is about what we got the last time. Pittodrie, if the 5% rule was to come in, we'd get about 1,043. Easter Road, the capacity has been cut. Excuse me, they're giving us more than the 5% at the moment, but if they were to just give us 5%, it would be 1,021. Tynecastle, well, they're actually below the 5% mark when they only give Celtic 650 tickets, where the 5% should be 993. Nothing compared to what it was years ago. Are they killing the away day atmosphere at games? Are they killing it as a TV spectacle as well? I mean, you look at the fact that there is no atmosphere in Glasgow derbies these days. And it was a terrible atmosphere, and it's not a good TV spectacle. You know, we can all take our green tinted specs off, or your blue tinted specs, or your red tinted specs if you're Aberdeen, and you know, it is for the better good of the game that away day fans, I mean, I think that it should go back to the old style of having an away end behind the goals. Scottish stadiums, the majority of Scottish stadiums, are 4 independent stands. 4 independent stands. It could be policed quite easily. Reducing the capacity does nothing for the game. Allegedly, other clubs are saying that their season tickets have bought them up. Fine. But if that's the way that it's going to be, the 5% rule needs changed. Because other Scottish stadiums have no desire to increase their capacities. I mean, Celtic fans want Celtic Park to increase capacity stadium, build up the main stand. All that would do would increase the capacity for away fans, and it's not been given back to us in Scottish football. You can understand why the board have said that, you know, there isn't the appetite for a financial appetite for them to spend the money to increase the stadium at Celtic Park, and there's definitely no appetite to give more away fans at Celtic Park, more than what we get when we go to away grounds. Tell me your thought in the comments section, because I mean, St Mirren, some of the buses that went to St Mirren, there's one bus convener that I spoke to today. He takes quite a few buses over to Glasgow, and he has 2 buses for away games. They've went from 68 tickets down to 7 for Hibs away. 68 tickets for the buses that they take down to, I mean, that's basically a bus and a bit, down to 7. That's unbelievable. It's totally just taken away. Is it taking away the excitement for fans going to away games? Is the reduction in capacity having any impact on the atmospheres? Tell me what your thoughts are in the comments. It's an interesting one. We'll talk about it tonight, 8 p.m. Celtic part-time, where we'll talk about this and many other things. And I think Wilfred Nancy might get mentioned quite a bit also. And there's also an international European Europa game this week. International football. Maybe we should just go back to international football. It's a bit more exciting, and you get more fans that can go to it also. Anyway, on that note, have a fantastic day, Celtic fans, wherever you are, all around.